I can almost taste spring. Taste spring? Smell spring. Spring's nearly here. When is actual spring? I was looking online the other day. It seems there are 2 dates for spring. One's already passed. Technically, we're already in spring, apparently. And then the other one's towards the end of March. Something about meteorological spring and astronomical, but I don't know. Anyway, the weather's improving. I'm happy about that because it has been horrendous. And not just the state of the actual weather, it's kind of been warm enough and there have been some dry days. It's just the unpredictability of it. It's been bloody awful. Anyway, so what's been happening? Drone, first things first. The drone is dead. Well, the drone's fine. The controller is dead. That's all you get when you power it up. You just get this incessant beeping. It's just beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. You try diagnosing a problem for 30-40 minutes at a time with that going on in the background. It's loud, it's piercing, and you can't switch it off. Anyway, so the drone is gone back to DJI. They've come back to confirm that it is a warranty job. I did look around. I saw a few people had a similar problem to me, and they were able to rectify it by rolling back the firmware and then recalibrating the sticks and all the rest of it. I was just getting this stick error telling me to recenter the stick, but the stick was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I realized eventually that it just wasn't registering any of the right stick inputs. I just said stick a lot. So yeah, it's obviously a faulty unit. I mean, I'm guessing I got one of the first ones to come out. What's going on here? They just overhyped the hell out of it. I mean, that thing was on back order for months and months and months. And as a result of it, they would have rushed the manufacturing process, so they were bound to have a few faulty units. Where should we go today? I still think it's a great drone. I think it's a great piece of technology, and I can forgive them. I think it seems to be a fairly isolated incident. What I do have a problem with, fair warning, is a bit of a rant coming here. Big companies generally don't seem to want to speak to anybody. You've got to either use their self-help knowledge base or the frequently asked questions page, of which those questions are never frequent. You can never find my problem on that page. Or you have to use a live support web chat situation or email. Anyway, the drone is back. It is fixed. Drone's good as new. So what else has been going on? I've been moving house. I don't like moving house at the best of times, but this one's been particularly challenging. Anyway, why did I move? It's been a long time in the making, to be honest with you. Probably about a year I've been looking for a place. I needed a garage. I'm ashamed to admit this, but Ginger's been sleeping on the street. So that had to happen no matter what. But then there was also the whole sports bike debacle. You know I've been looking for one of those, so we'll get into that in a second. But I needed a place to store that. They are basically thief magnets. I finally found a place. I mean, trying to find a place in Bath which has a garage which met my criteria has not been easy. My criteria was extensive too. I needed something that had lights, I needed something that had electricity. Ideally, I wanted it to be attached to the house, not just some kind of like lock-up situation. And then the bonus criteria, checkbox, the bonus thing would have been if I could access the garage from within the house. And I found all of these things. I ticked every single box. So I had to jump on it.
I was calling out your name with my eyes on the wall. You were running like a ghost from me.
But man, it took a long time to find something like that, especially in Bath. I'm no longer as central as I used to be, but it's fine. It's perfect. So that's been happening. That's been one of the reasons why my editing is pretty much just ground to a halt. That coupled with what I can only call a challenging start to the year. I'm not going to be negative and say it's been shit. It's just been challenging. I've done it. I ordered it and it's arrived. The sports bike is sitting in the garage. I was waiting for the drone to come back because I was planning a little bit of to put together like a little unveil video. Some of you may have already realized what I've got. Some of you may have even actually seen a picture of it tagged on Instagram. I won't tell you where. If you want to go and find it, then, you know, knock yourselves out. But I'm still going to do a little unveil. And that particular story has not been without its own little twist. God, it feels weird being back on this actually after riding the sports bike. The bars are so much higher, so much more comfortable. I won't tell you about the twists and turns of that story. I'll fill you in when I actually do the reveal video, so stay tuned for that. But the last thing I wanted to talk about is video editing. It is no secret that it takes me forever and a day to get videos out. Actually, I mean, these particular videos, these straightforward vlog situations, they're not so bad. They're actually easy to put together. But the Spain thing, and also the Wales videos that I did. First of all, this YouTube thing, it always started as a hobby for me. You know, it was never, it's not a job. I don't do this full time. I have a day job, which as of late has demanded a lot of my time. And it just started out as a bit of fun. To be quite honest with you, I never expected it to get more than a handful of subscribers. I'm not saying for 1 second that I'm some prolific YouTuber with 200,000, 600,000, million subscribers. But as of making and recording this video, I think it just gone over 900, and for me that was mind-blowing. And to all of the regular subscribers and the people who I know, I recognize you. You know, you comment regularly and they give me your feedback, and yeah, thank you is all I can say basically. I do recognize the people that follow closely, and I think the majority of those people are there for the sort of touring element, the Spain vids. Jesus, this shit on the road. And I enjoy making them, but a hobby. So that means I don't know what I'm doing. You know, when I first started it, I'd never even looked at a piece of video editing software. I'd never put together a video, I'd never composed anything, particularly with the Spain video. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no kind of action plan whatsoever. I didn't expect to even have the footage from Phil. That was all kind of lucky. The fact that Phil did a bit of talking and vlogging of his own accord, that was me making a suggestion and lending him a microphone. So every time I sit down to do one of those videos, I have no idea what I'm going to find. That is nerve-wracking. The general feedback I've got, I think the standard has got better. And if you look at the original, the first Spain videos that I did, part 1 and 2, and you compare them with the latter Spain videos, they're you know, a style developed, and the quality kind of improved. But looking back on it, I wish I had more camera angles. I wish I learned so much. And I think I've got a better idea of how I would go about it next time out. Nice Diablo. It would be easier to edit because, like I said, I wouldn't be walking in blind and just trying to piece it all together and make it work. And I also will never release videos the way I did on the fly, sort of edit them, release them, edit them. I'm going to edit more of them before I start to push them out so that there's more of a regular flow and I don't become surprised. I mean, you would have seen, I think it was part 5, when I sat down and I found that crackly audio. I had no idea that was there. It was soul destroying, but I had to make it work. I think I did. It actually was one of the more favorited or liked videos for the per view ratio situation, so that was interesting. Oh, new camera setup. I hope you can hear me. So I've gone entirely for a drift motovlog setup, and then the GoPro. I had problems with that one. For example, it was an old model. It was a Hero 3, and I don't even think it was a black or a silver. One of the lower budget ones. And I realized that whenever you put it into 1080p, you lost the ultra wide perspective. You just had a wide angle standard, and that wasn't great because just you got a lot of head shake, and it wasn't ideal. I know I do shake my head around a lot as it is. It's a bad habit of mine, and I do it just when I speak. But that's pretty much my life in a nutshell as of late. Hopefully now that things have settled down, I can kind of get back into the video editing again. Life can get back to normal. So keep an eye out for the unveil, the grand unveiling. Not that grand, but that's coming. I'm going to get back into some more Spain stuff. I'm going to finish the Wales thing. And, before I go, the trip to Italy is not cancelled, but it's been postponed. But, because I'm not going to Italy anymore, I can make use of my Isle of Man TT ferry tickets. So I'm going to the Isle of Man. I'm going with Phil, I'm going with my brother, and there's a few of Phil's mates that are going along as well, who I've never met, so that should be ace. I'm going to be camping, so that'll be interesting. Makes the whole experience more authentic. I'm going to be there for Mad Sunday, going to take the new bike around the track. We'll catch the first superbike race, the sidecar race, and probably the first super sport race before we have to get back on the ferry and come home. I think we're going to get a nice mixture of you know, practice qualifying and a bit of the races, and we're there for Mad Sunday, so I think it's a nice spread. 6 nights in total. That's about all I think I can manage on the camping front. I'm really looking forward to that though. Definitely taking the cameras with me, definitely taking the drone with me. We'll see what we can put together. I don't know, Tuscany, TT. Let's see. I'm not that disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. I am disappointed, but you know, come on, it's a TT. Anyway, that's it for now. Till the next time. It's been the Bath Biker. Ride safe. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.
Waiting for you. You were always taking time, baby, playing it through. I was calling out your name, with my eyes on the wall. You were running like a ghost from me. You were running from it all.
What is stuff falling off my bike?